guys, I'm Pratibha.
And I'm Saurabh.
Welcome to our channel
Bundles and Coffee.
So in this video we'll be sharing our suggestions for our Kerala trip, and also we'll be covering the mistakes which we did and you guys can avoid during our trip. So let's get started. So let's have a quick recap for all the cities which we covered in Kerala.
So we started our journey from Kochi and drove to Mannar, which takes around 3.5 hours. The journey is filled with beautiful scenic views, waterfalls, spice farms, and live chocolate factories. Do stop along the way because you can just take in the views. It's just breathtaking. And then from Munnar, we drove to Thekkady, which takes about 4 hours. The entire journey is filled with stunning landscapes and cardamom hills. We stopped for breakfast on our way, and the entire area was covered in mist. It was just amazing feeling. And then from Thekkady, we drove to Alappuzha, which takes about 4 hours. And when you're about to reach, you can see the Arabian Sea on one end and backwaters on the other. And we ended our trip by driving to Kochi from Alappuzha, and that was it.
So December being the peak season, and we also decided to go to the place during the peak tourist season. One thing which we did and which saved us a lot of money was with regards to our hotel booking and airfare. So because we did everything well in advance, around 4 months before our trip, we got good deals with the hotels and the airfare, and everything was under free cancellation. So our second suggestion is that in case you are traveling multiple cities, there are package deals with respect to cabs, so with different travel agencies. So it's better you book that one package rather than having individual cabs and spending more money.
Yeah, the other option is that you book a self-drive car. And like we mentioned before, the roads are absolutely amazing, the views are amazing, everything is just amazing. So book that in advance and you will not regret it.
Make sure you're booking that in advance, because we tried to call n number of travel agencies and we were not able to get even one car for self-drive.
Yeah.
So here we want to give a special shout out and a special mention to Jayshree Travels, who actually introduced us that there is this package kind of a thing with cabs.
Special thanks to Ajit, who was our driver from Munnar to Alleppey and back to Cochin. He suggested us these amazing places which we would not have explored on our own.
And also he gave us a code which we went back to our hotel, tried to calculate it, as there are no Uber or Olas in Kerala. So you will end up either relying on the Google travel agencies or Make My Trip or Go IPPO.
Yep.
So we kind of took an estimate, and his quote was really nominal, very good, and we ended up making friends with him.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a fun experience altogether. Thanks, Ajit. So our third suggestion would be directly going from Kochi to Munnar rather than staying one night, because our flight timing was such that we had to stop in Kochi for one night. But if you reach Kochi early morning, you can totally skip that, and directly from the airport or railway station you can directly go to Munnar.
Yep. Our next suggestion is about the stay in Munnar. You can either choose an Airbnb or you can choose a hotel, which might be a better suited for you if you plan to stay within the tea plantations. We took an Airbnb which was a little bit far away from the Munnar city, so we had to travel towards Munnar every day. We went out for sightseeing, but it was cheaper.
Regrets, but
yeah.
No regrets, because we had an awesome view.
Yeah.
And we kind of enjoyed staying away from the city and the entire
Exactly.
The crowd, because it was the peak tourist season. So if you ask us personally, we did not see much people because we were actually outside the city.
Next suggestion is about Thekkady. So if your trip is not that long, you can choose to skip Thekkady. We had a one-day stopover in Thekkady. We did not do too much. We only went for a Kathakali performance, but you can also choose to go for boating in Periyar Lake. And there's a jeep safari as well, which we couldn't go because we only had one day. But if you don't have time, you can skip it.
So our next suggestion is regarding the water activities which we did in Alappuzha. So being the peak season, everything was double the price or more. So maybe you can try to book all these activities also in advance while you are planning your trip, because firstly you might not get a slot, and even if you get a slot you might end up paying double the price.
So our next suggestion is about, well, her favorite thing in the world, shopping.
So let's get started. So the first thing we did when we entered Munnar was seeing live chocolate factories, and we bought
a lot of chocolates.
Actually a lot of chocolates. That is when we didn't even enter the city, we started buying chocolates.
And if
So-
you think you can get too many chocolates, you will bring some home. Do not think about that because you'll end up eating a lot of them in Kerala itself.
We ended up finishing half of what we bought.
More than half.
More than half what we bought by the end of our trip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and we went to that Makofa chocolate factory in Munnar, which has this amazing variety of chocolates. They walk you through the entire chocolate making process. It's really amazing.
So, if you're in Munnar, you cannot stop yourself from buying tea from there. As you can see, the entire Munnar is covered with tea plantation. So our suggestion would be that you buy tea from the museum itself, because there you might be getting some deals which are not available in local vendors. So if you want to buy tea for your friends and family, Tata Tea Museum or any other tea museum where you go, that is the place to buy the teas. We bought teas and as well as the spices. So overall it was a very fun experience for us.
Hey, next experience was banana chips. Oh man, so many varieties of banana chips and namkeens and halwa, and they'll give you everything that you want to taste. Don't end up filling on it. That's what I did.
So what we did, and we bought a lot of banana chips from the place.
Yeah.
So then our next stop for shopping was buying traditional sarees for our mothers. So for that we opted for Kasavu Alayam handlooms in Alappuzha. So you will get all kind of traditional handmade sarees along with lungis and kurtas for males, and also they have this amazing range of khadi products. So indeed it was a great place to buy handlooms and very affordable prices.
And then finally, it was shopping for handicrafts, for which we went to Pulikati Handicrafts. There you can get a lot of Kerala specific items to buy, including magnets.
Home decors, magnets.
We only got the magnets.
Yeah, we only got the magnets because we didn't have the space. So finally, this is all the things which we bought from Kerala, and we ended up buying one more extra bag to carry all those things back home. So now it was a fun experience for us. So by this we come to the end of the video, and do let us know how you feel about this video in the comment section below.
And if you do find it helpful, do like, share and subscribe.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you.